What's up, Unstoppable Squad? Today we have another NXT full show results for the Great American Bash. Full show results and thoughts of the Great American Bash. There's a lot to cover and my thoughts on it. So I couldn't find any results of it, but I found some results from the other page that I was hoping not to go on to. But anyways, WWE NXT is starting the biggest party of the summer early with Great American Bash 2023, emanating from the HEB Center at Cedar Park in Cedar Park, Texas. Carmelo Hayes faced the toughest challenge of his NXT Championship reign to date. Dragunov. Could he conquer the Cesar, or would Dragunov make his promise a reality? Chase University declared Thea Hale the uncrowned champion after making Tiffany Stratton tap out. Would she prove her university right, or was the center of the universe still too big for her to conquer? With Judgment Day's help, Dominic Mysterio stole the NXT North American Championship from Wes Lee ahead of his match with Mustafa Ali at Great American Bash. All three fought to crown the true and fair champion. Tony D'Angelo went to jail because of Gallus. After some clever acting from Channing Stacks Lorenzo, the underboss earned the Don his freedom and an NXT Tag Team Championship match. Would they capture long-awaited gold? Next, we have Roxanne Perez looks to prove her mettle and get revenge against the dangerous Blair Davenport in a weapons wild match. Gable Stevenson debuted against Baron Corbin. I have some stuff about these things here, all these. Great American Bash was stacked with talent and potential, ready to deliver a show that would do the next NXT brand proud. Kickoff: Meteor 4 versus Dragon Lee, Nathan Frazer, Valentina Feroz, and Hughless Leon. Meteor 4 used cheap tactics to stay in the action, but Valentina Feroz and Hughless Leon refused to lose their premium live event debut. They took out Lash Legend and Jaraka Jackson, leaving Dragon Lee to win with a running tilt, a world reverse DDT on Aura Mensah. This was a fun opener for the show, as everyone brought everyone they could to this contest. Nathan Frazer and Nomar Dar did not interact as much as expected, which they should have. But that just saves room for their approaching Heritage Cup clash. Probably at the next Premium Live. Which they're bringing back a new Premium Live event for NXT, I think. If it's going to be a Premium Live. It was clear that Leon and Friaz, who continued to improve, wanted to make the most of this. Hopefully NXT will give them a shot at Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Dragon needs a bigger spotlight soon. He may have won, but he was still somewhat overshadowed by his peers. In particular, we need more singles match from this luchador. Results: Dragon, Frazer, and Leon and Perez defeat Meteor Media 4 by pinfall. Grade B. Leon launched Perez into the air onto Media 4 outside before Frazier helped her dive into the crowd as well. In interviews with Mackenzie Mitchell, Rhea Ripley promised that Judgment Day had a plan, and Baron Corbin refused to give Gable Stevenson credit. The show would open with Cody Rhodes narrated video about Great American Bash, highlighting the show as Dusty Rhodes' legacy. During the main show, Dragon stepped away from his friends and ran into Dominic Mysterio, teasing that the two would soon fight for the NXT Gold, which I definitely see happening. NXT Tag Team Championship, Gallus versus The Family. Gallus could not find a way to keep control of this match, even with multiple tricks up their sleeve. Channing Stacks, Lorenzo dived onto Mark Coffey and Wolfgang, then pulled in Wolfgang to set up Bada Boom Bada Bing for the win. The match was good and fun. No one did anything unbelievable. But over 9 minutes, these men kept the speed of the action high. Joe Coffey got involved in timely ways that never distracted from the center action. Gallus had a good run with the tag titles. But it was time to move on. The family has come together as a team and got the crowd behind them. After 2 months without the Don in a wrestling ring, there needed to be a payoff to finally give him gold. NXT set up 4 men as the future of the company several years ago. Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes got NXT Championship reigns. Grayson Waller got a fast call-up to the main roster, which was stupid. Same with Apollo Crews. He didn't do much either in NXT. It is finally the Don's time to shine as well. I see a potential call-up for Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, and Gallus. D'Angelo and Stacks defeat Wolfgang and Mark by pinfall to become the NXT Tag Team Champions. Grade B. Both teams got unique entrances. Videos, the family showed rats running around before they came out, and Joe talked up his boys like a coach. The Don came out in prison orange while Gallus wore striped green gear. Wolfgang accidentally caught Mark with a running senton. Then the family grabbed their rivals from a combination superplex diving headbutt for a near fall. Joe distracted the referee by pulling out a weapon, setting up Gallus to hit the Gallus gate. The Don just barely broke up the pinfall. Joe tried to take a cheap shot, but ran into a crowbar from D'Angelo. Next, we have Weapons Wild, Roxanne Perez versus Blair Davenport. Roxanne Perez would not be denied in her hometown with her family watching. She battered Blair Davenport with weapons and faced the same in return. However, the killer instinct kicked in the Prodigy, who sealed the win with a pop rocks onto steel chairs. Well, steel chair. There was only one, not 2 or 3 or 4 people. Round 2 was significantly better than round 1 for these two rivals. The pace was stronger. The action was more memorable. The right woman won in the right moment for the Texas crowd. This was what the Prodigy needed to finally get back on track. She got to show that she can compete at a high level with a degree of toughness she had not showcased before. It would not be surprising if this led to Perez fighting Tiffany Stratton at No Mercy. It could even lead to the Prodigy getting the title reign she should have gotten the first time. Perez defeats Davenport by pinfall, grade B+. NXT showed a video of Davenport and Perez brawling yesterday at DreamCon. Perez hugged her family before the match started, only to be attacked by Davenport in a hoodie from the crowd. Davenport choked out the Prodigy with a belt in front of her family until her sister was crying. This set off Perez, who battered her with a cowbell. Perez went for a pop rocks onto a pile of steel chairs. There was only one chair, people, that I only saw. One chair that I saw. But her rival reversed it into a spinning neckbreaker on a garbage can for a near fall. Oh, okay. Well, in the ending, I only saw one steel chair when she nailed it. The Prodigy hit a running knee into the steel steps on Davenport, then splashed her through a table at ringside, which was awesome. She nailed that perfectly. Next, Gable Stevenson versus Baron Corbin. Sorry. I noticed a lot of the crowd was booing Gable Stevenson, and a lot of fans were like cheering for Baron Corbin, which was insane because usually they would be cheering Gable Stevenson and booing Baron Corbin. But I don't think the crowd likes Gable Stevenson. And not just that, Baron Corbin came out with a new theme song and is now called the Ship something. I don't know. Gable Stevenson and Baron Corbin were more focused on hurting each other than winning the match. That played out as they were counted out outside by the referee, which I definitely see these two fighting once again on NXT or at the next Premium Live. The two kept brawling after the bell until the Olympic gold medalist stood tall. This was a forgettable brawl that amounted to a non-finish, while Stevenson did not look bad. He also did not impress. He looked like an NXT superstar that had a long way to go to put it all together. It did not help that Stevenson was thrown in front of a hostile crowd that was clearly not impressed with him after all the hype. This probably should have happened on an episode of NXT instead of with a controlled performance-centered crowd. Well, the thing is, I think the fans would still boo him no matter what. The post-match was better than the match, and it would have been better to have that pace from the opening bell. Maybe the rematch will work better. Stevenson versus Corbin goes to a double countout. Grade C-. Corbin had new surprising good theme as well as odd Titantron of a burning ship. That's what it was. The crowd often cheered more for Corbin than Stevenson and chanted, "You're not Angle." The crowd was completely against the non-finish ending. The best spot of the match was after the bell when Stevenson suplexed Corbin through the ringside barricade, that was awesome. Next, we have the NXT North American Championship. Dominic Mysterio as your champion versus Wesley versus Mustafa Ali. Wesley fought with all his heart against Dominic Mysterio, even with the interference of Rhea Ripley. However, after Mustafa Ali hit Lee with the 450 splash, Mommy pulled Ali outside and set up Dirty Dom to steal it with a frog splash. Before losing his belt, Lee was stealing the show at every Premium Live event, and he did it again. This was a fantastic triple threat that was several steps above the field that preceded. It was Dirty Dom's best performance to date in the ring. It helped when you are working with two men who are motivated and competing at their absolute best as well. Lee has carried the North American Championship scene for a long time, and his 2023 may be one of the best of any WWE superstar. Keeping the title on Mysterio will keep everyone talking about NXT. While Ali lost out on a big opportunity with Dirty Dom taking the gold, he could be an even bigger star coming out of this, especially since he can work all three brands. Alright, so since this didn't cover what was going on, apparently Dirty Dom was tossed a belt of his North American Championship belt from Rhea Ripley. It slid right underneath him, and the referee noticed it, and the referee picked it up and moved it out of the way, and Rhea Ripley tossed Dirty Dom her belt and hit one of the opponents in the head with it and covered 1-2, and that was it. And a kick out. But the referee, come on, referee, use your brains. Listen, it's a triple threat match. Anything can go. Weapons can be involved. Belts can be involved. I think this referee wasn't using his brain. I think the referee goes, oh, no, you can't use the belt. Yes, you can. In a triple threat match, you can use a belt. Mysterio defeated Lee and Ali by pinfall to retain the NXT North American Championship. Grade A. JC Jane attacked Leah Valkyrie backstage, leading to a brawl that Ripley enjoyed as she and Dirty Dom headed to the ring. Mysterio got the loudest reaction of the night with poor boos on his way to the ring. Of course, he's going to get poor boos because he's the dirtiest player in the game. He's like Eddie Guerrero. But I actually love the way, I love this Dirty Dom. I love this character, Dirty Dom. It works perfectly for his character. I love this. He's the biggest heel in this company right now. I have more votes saying Dirty Dom is the most heel in WWE on Twitter. Well, now called X for some reason. I don't know why. Elon Musk, you're stupid. And here on this channel, I got Roman Reigns more votes. So I'm saying Dirty Dom. I don't know. But anyways, the match started with Lee and Ali agreed to beat up Dirty Dom, even when Ripley could not save him. However, the team up did not last long. Mysterio went for the Three Amigos on Lee, but when Ali got involved, Dirty Dom tried to double suplex both. Instead, Ali and Lee hit him with a version of Three Amigos together. Ali caught Mysterio and Lee in a combination Camel Clutch, and Boston Crab. When Dirty Dom broke out, Ali super kicked both and went for a 450 splash on the apron, but missed. This took the veteran out of the action for a while. Lee jumped over Ripley to take out Dirty Dom, but Mommy made him pay for it with Riptide through the announce table. Somehow Lee kicked out. He also kicked out after taking the Women's World Championship to the face, which what I was talking about earlier. Next, we have the NXT Women's Championship submission, Tiffany Stratton versus Thea Hale. This is what I'm going to be talking about here in a minute. Tiffany brought a wide array of submission holds to this match, and it paid off. After escaping multiple Kimura locks, she hit the prettiest moonsault ever, then locked in a Boston Crab that Thea Hale could not break. Andre Chase threw in a towel when Hale would not quit. Duke Hudson looked frustrated with Chase's lack of trust in his student. Now, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute once I finish reading this. This was not the prettiest technique match, but it kept the crowd constantly invested throughout the match. Both women fought hard and have a good deal of chemistry together. Stratton worked hard throughout, but she leaves this match clearly demonstrating submissions are not her specialty. Hey, I'm not a submission holder either. The Boston Crab should not have been the finish, as she could not lock it in, which I'm going to be talking about here in a minute. That was the only blemish on a match that was better than the sum of its parts. These are two talented superstars with a crowd behind them. They will only get better. The decision was obviously as Hale is not ready. I don't know. We'll see. However, she had looked more ready in the past months than ever before. Her time will come. All right, so what I wanted to talk about is that Chase threw in a towel. Yes, the reason why is because he knew she couldn't last long, because the spot looked horrible. This is another reason why I wanted to talk about when Stratton was trying to put the Boston Crab or the the Boston Crab lock on Thea Hale, right? The way how she had it, she kept like not locking it up. She was like making it look like she couldn't even get it locked in fully. She kept moving and moving, and she lost her balance and fell, which Stratton is not ready to. I understand that Stratton is not a submission holder person, but why make this a submission hold when she can't do a submission hold, especially on a Boston Crab? Make her do something else that would make her comfortable. I know that, she was ready for the Boston Crab, but yet she was at the performance, at the live event, she wasn't ready for that. You can tell she was not fully locked in there. That's why Chase probably had to throw in the towel, because it looked so bad. We might see the reason why. We might see Thea Hale yelling at Chase for that later down the road. Probably this Tuesday coming up, which I will cover it on Wednesday. Grade B. I say a grade C, because the way how freaking the ending was. Because Stratton couldn't freaking lock it in. The buff Barbie came out in a full cowgirl Barbie-inspired gear for this match. Stratton went for an early surfboard lock that Hale reversed into a armbar, teasing a Kimura lock. But the champion escaped. Hudson kept a hold of his MVP trophy, but was clearly invested in the action, trying to keep Hale hyped up. Stratton caught Hale on a diving crossbody. Okay. And powered up to her feet. The challenger tried to lock in a Kimura, but the champion suplexed her into the bottom turnbuckle. The challenger finally locked in the Kimura after a superplex. Stratton pulled herself outside. Hale followed to lock in the Kimura, but she sent into the barricade and steel steps. Next, we have the NXT Championship. Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov is your main event. The physical war was everything it promised to be. Dragunov turned to chest of Carmelo Hayes, read early, and did not stop chopping. When it looked like neither could go further, Trick Williams found his friend to hype him up. Cesar dived into the champion at ringside, but ran into Trick Williams in the NXT Championship instead. It looked like Dragunov headbutted the championship. This set up a champion to... Oh, and before I continue, it looked like Tiffany Stratton tapped out during that match, but I guess you have to have 3 to make sure it's all tapped out. She only tapped twice, apparently. But even 2 reactors I watched on TikTok said the same thing, that she tapped out. But apparently that's 3 you have to have. But ran into Trick in the NXT and the set up the A champion to hit nothing but net in the ring to win. While Melo has always been good, he has not quite reached that great level until this match. His previous matches had missed that top gear, but the final 3 minutes reached it. This was incredible from both men. Add another match from NXT onto the WWE match of the year list. Either men could have won this and deserved it. But clearly NXT sees a little bit more right now in the A champion. With a somewhat dubious finish, there could be a rematch, and it could be even better, which I think this will be a rematch. Hopefully we will get some more of Melo challenging himself in a physical matches, rising his game to the top level. If he does, he will quickly become a champion on the main roster too. Which this match was awesome, guys. I loved it. Back and forth pace, and hell, it was a good match. I think this competes as a NXT good match competitor, if you know what I mean. Melo defeats Dragunov by pinfall to retain the NXT Championship. Grade A. The Cesar came out with red contacts, which promoted a later comment from Vic Joseph about Dragunov seeing red. A Dusty Rhodes quote was played to hype up Melo before he appeared. Get a dream, hold on to it, and shoot for the sky. Melo super kicked Dragunov into the ropes, who rebounded with the Constantine special. He followed up with the forearms smashes and a hammerlock submission that nearly forced a tap out. The A champion went for nothing but net, but Dragunov caught him for a powerbomb, followed by a running low forearm smash for a shocking near fall. Mello caught Dragunov with a top rope cutter for a big near fall. Overall show, Great American Bash was another solid premium live event from NXT brand. It was certainly elevated by its unforgettable main event between Carmelo Hayes and Dragunov. However, it was also a card that delivered more than what was promised coming in. The talent worked hard. Multiple matches were career highlights for the competitors. Dominic Mysterio versus Wesley versus Mustafa Ali was a very strong number 2 for the night. Roxanne Perez versus Blair Davenport gave fans fresh, hardcore action during a night of workhorse action. Tiffany Stratton versus Thea Hale was a showcase of the future of the women's division. No. It was a horrible ending, I'm sorry to say. The family winning the NXT Tag Team Championships off Gallus set the stage for a new look tag team division. The one thing missing was lasting moments beyond the action. With the most title retained and of a lack of drama with most of those defenses, NXT still needs to do a better job creating suspense with future title challengers. Take the Gable Stevenson debut off this card, as it probably should have been, and this was one of the NXT's most solid top-down events in recent years. Just take this Tiffany Stratton and Thea Hale off the card, it would have been, because the ending was shit. Because Stratton couldn't put the hold on. She kept slipping out of it. She kept falling. That was horrible. Even Chase U had to throw in the towel. He noticed how horrible it was. So Chase decided to throw in the towel how horrible it was. I don't blame him. Overall, grade B. I say grade B minus for that. Anyways, Unstoppable Squad, let me know in the comments below how you guys thought of NXT Great American Bash. I was supposed to do this a little earlier, but I was watching 2 reaction channels to see how great the show was on TikTok. So, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm Unstoppable, and I'm out.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Blonde and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy-ass bitch motherfucker.